Why una go spend recovered loot without carrying National Assembly along? Deputy Chairman House Committee on Anti-Corruption questions Buhari. This is the story for today. My name is ADS. Make we run am as e dey hot, no time. Honorable Dachong Bagos don't inform us the Nigerian people say for every agreement where government sign, say National Assembly supposed put eye inside to make sure say everything dey alright. Remember say US and Nigeria sign agreement before them agree say them go return $23 million Abacha loot. Wetin dey inside that agreement, nobody know, including National Assembly. How government go sign agreements and people where they represent us no dey aware? That means government go fit wake up one morning, sign agreement with China to lease Nigeria to them for 10 years in exchange for loan. That one, it go make sense, abi? Make una hear as Honorable Bagos take quote the law as it take concern this country signing agreement or treaty with anybody. Watch.
Section 12, subsection 1 of the 1999 Constitution as amended clearly states that any agreement or treaty that is being signed on behalf of Nigeria by the Federation needs to be ratified by the National Assembly. So most of these agreements have not been brought to the National Assembly for us to ratify, to see if there are clauses in those agreements that is either that will cause some certain danger or harm to the Nigerians, to the next generation of Nigeria, and what those agreements are all about.
But why US go sign agreement before returning our money? The money will not be their own. Terms and conditions there inside. Money will not be your own. You just want help, return them. Una for now return them now. But as una don't make up una mind say, una want help Nigeria return their looted funds. Why una dey sign agreement with us? Attorney General need to tell us wetin dey inside that agreement, because the US wey me know, their policy now, nothing goes for nothing. Again, Honorable Bagos they ask why government go share the recovered Abacha loot to various projects of government where funds don't they allocated to already. The money where they don't allocate to these projects, where Attorney General of the Federation they talk say now where government won't channel the $23 million recovered Abacha loot to. What happened to the money? Why allocate more money to projects that already money don't they allocated to from start to finish? Everything where they need to do that project, money they don't give them out, they don't allocate them. You still allocate more money to them. I don't understand. Is something not fishy here? Or you hear as Honorable Bagos take talk this thing?
The National Assembly wasn't carried along.
Simply because the National
Assembly is not carried along. Yep. If we look at, for instance, they are allotted to the Third Niger Bridge. The National Assembly have been allocating funds to the Third Niger Bridge. What has happened to the appropriation of funds by the National Assembly to the Third Niger Bridge? That has been the second Niger Bridge. What has happened to the allocation of funds that the National Assembly have been, that now you want to carry another funds to put into that? The other roads, what has happened to funds? Because these are infrastructural projects that has been in the budget all through seasons. So what has happened to those funds that the National Assembly has allocated funds to?
Me, I told you yesterday, say this $23 million we just land from Abacha Kingdom, go soon develop legs, waka enter personal accounts. Some of una still no go believe me. Who will supervise this money? I be the money no need supervisor or supervision. National Assembly wey suppose dey fully in charge as the representative of the people. Government don't sideline them. It's not just enough to tell us say the money will be channeled to Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Second Niger Bridge, and the other things wey Attorney General talk for there. Which body or agency go make sure say this money no enter personal account? Now the problem with the guy be that. Make it not be the case of recovered loot, relooted. Make I remind you now where the Attorney General say, see where Buhari won't put all this money, this 23 million we don't land now. See where Buhari won't put them. Here as he take talk and watch.
Mr. President has already approved that the funds be utilized for the ongoing Presidential Development Infrastructural Funds projects, namely Abuja-Kano Road, Lagos-Ibadan Expressway, and the second Niger Bridge.
Now here where Honorable Bagos they explain say National Assembly no they carried along when he reached to spend the recovered loot. What?
So we believe that when we are being carried along, we look at these issues expressly, we should be able to allocate those funds. And again, especially, transparency and accountability is very, very key. As a member of the Anti-Corruption Committee, we need to know how transparent most of these funds that have been recovered, because it now so happened that even in debt, Abacha is so generous to Nigeria. So how, with those generosity, how can we assure that this free money, in quote, do not go back to be looted again by people that don't have effective oversight? Because when monies that are not really looked into without accountability and transparency, then it will be looted back. So that's our fear. Because if we cannot get $1.2 billion over how many years, and the life of Nigerians is still the same.
What? $1.2 billion recovered so far from those waiting for our money. That's about 840 billion naira, going by 700 naira exchange rate. Where did this money go to? How can we be battling with internal crisis that needs money to be fixed when we have so much recovered funds? 840 billion naira. Why should ASU be on strike? No, I'm asking, why should ASU be on? How much are they asking for? Why should we even borrow money when this money should have, brought back returns if properly invested? ASU is on strike, and we have other this internal crisis, and 840 billion naira so far recovered from those that have looted us dry cannot be accounted for. It's a shame. To even shock you guys, as this 23 million US dollars don't they recovered? Did Buhari government even make mention of ASU at all? And is ASU not important? That's to tell us, say, this government don't care if Nigerian youths are supposed to be in school or not. If they like, may they remain for house, turn to criminal. You know, consign them. They don't care. Take it or leave it. This money is about to be relooted. I am very sure of this. Hope you've made up your mind to vote in this election. Because all this looting, relooting, when would they hear about? It makes sense. And now only me and you go fit change this country for good. You hear me, ba? Go clean up your PVC. Let's save this country come next election. I will see you again. Follow us on all our social media channels showing on your screen right now. Until I see you again, my name is ADS. Signing out.